He is the coolest person in the jungle. He does everything. He always wants to make people feel great.
We like to think of it as being kind of a little lost tale of Tarzan's youth.
Run! It's the Zoo Boy!
If you recall, in the first film, there's this great song sequence, the Son of Man sequence, where we see Tarzan grow up. At the beginning of the song, he starts off as a young boy, and there's a series of events and some transitions, and suddenly he's an adult. And we were kind of wondering, well, what happened, during that time period?
Boy, I sure missed you guys.
We missed you too, pal.
Well, the part I play in Tarzan 2 is Tarzan.
Wow!
One of our challenges with this movie was we had to find someone who sounded like Tarzan from the original. We couldn't use that performer because he's grown up. It's been years since they did that. So we had to find someone who not only sounded like Tarzan, but somebody who could really inhabit who Tarzan is. And Harrison certainly had that.
I'm not a bird, I'm an ape, like you.
If you're an ape, where's your family? That was better.
Estelle's a little bit like Mama Gunda, only in that she's a very, very sweet lady, but she's also a very, very strong lady.
But I disagree. When you're asked to do a character and you don't get too much background on them, and you can invent some background on them, it's a wonderful thing to be able to create their thoughts into the words that were brilliantly written. Fighting each other makes Mama very unhappy! Do we understand, Mama?
There's a hermit ape played by George Carlin in our movie.
Family. Don't want me, don't want them.
It's like me. He's got my touch verbally in places.
Hey, now you messing with my stuff.
When somebody writes with your own established voice in mind, and I don't mean just the physical voice, but your writer voice, your thinker, your comic thinker.
Boo-hoo for you.
It's obviously easier to fit into that.
Slug, snot, puff, you have beautiful eyes.
The challenges in doing voice work is that you don't see the movie as you're doing it. You have to imagine it.
They don't have anybody to play off of. They don't have any props. They're not on a set. They're not in costume.
I'm an elephant. I've got 20/20 hearing.
Oh, I can just hear Kerchak. You almost killed someone.
He's a menace. He doesn't follow my rules. He doesn't belong.
It was very hard for me the first time I tried to do this without another actor, because for me acting is reflection, and I respond to and listen to and reflect off whoever it is that I'm acting with. Okay, let me try it once more. Yes, for bringing us all back together. It was very difficult. I know you feel incredibly exposed. Every 20 people watching you try to make ape sounds, is mortifying.
Phil Collins wrote the music.
It was critical that we got Phil back.
I think it's wonderful that Phil Collins is coming back and writing new songs and new music for the second story.
I never thought such a big person like Mr. Phil could just come up and say, "Oh, here, I want you to do this song." And I'm very honored.
The differences between writing for me and writing for any kind of film, I guess, is that you're working as a team. It's very much a collaborative effort.
If you find people who have that kind of passion for what they do, who are really connecting with the material, that finds its way into the movie. The audience feels that passion. They feel that heart.
It's been just an honor to work on this feature and have all of these talented artists working together.
This is all one great tree. It has many trunks all growing together, lifting its leaves into the sky. And look, the trunk trunks are all different. Together, they make the tree strong enough to weather any storm, like a family. Be strong.